We will now invite the leader of the youth wing, the leader of the youth of the New Patriotic Party, to give us the opening remark. With a sound of applause, let's invite Salah Mustafa.
I've been here with you for some time now. To make my message very, very short. On Thursday, the Electoral Commission will start a limited registration exercise. I want you to listen to this very, very carefully. On Thursday, the Electoral Commission will start a limited registration exercise. It will last for just 3 days. In this window, please, any of you who has not yet registered, please go to the nearest EC office and write your name. Okay? I repeat, please, any of you who has not yet registered, when the process starts, go to the nearest EC office, in this case, Nabrogo Central, and write your name. That is the only way you are going to be part of the history that we are about to make with Honorable Otito Achillowo as the next member of Parliament for Nabrogo Central. Chaboy. And if you believe Shabbat here, the next president of the Republic of Ghana will be Dr. Bawumia. Come December, young people are called upon to make a very important decision, probably for the first time in our recent history. And this decision, myself and you have to make it. We constitute 68% of the current voters register, young people. It means that young people are going to decide who is going to be the next president of the Republic of Ghana. Chaboy, listen to me. I said young people constitute 68% of the current voters register. It means that the next president of Ghana is going to be crowned by young people of this country. Chaboy, it means that if we want Ghana to be the country that we want, young people must elect a very good president. Chaboy, a president who will work for you and I in our motherland. And I tell you, there are two choices before us. Dr. Bawumia on one side and Mahama on one side. Chaboy, in this country, we have tried and tested one already, and he failed. That is Mahama. I tell you, and I don't joke about it, he is the most corrupt president this country has ever produced. And that is why, if young people ask, if we make a mistake and we go and elect him, watch on the screen. This is evidence of the corruption of Mahama. That it is not just here in Ghana. The whole world is acclaimed to have been acclaimed as, the Airbus scandal that is hung on the neck of Mahama. Mahama is the only president. When he was vice president, his boss, sent a 3-member committee to investigate him because he sent him to go and buy air fryer from Brazil, and Mahama decided to add the figures, added zeros to inflate the price. country, don't forget, watch on the screen again. This is the man who told us he is not a magician to provide young people with jobs. This is the kind of person running on the streets of Ghana that he wants to be president. So I go back to I'm not a magician. If anybody can look in the faces of young people and tell you that I throw my hands in the air, I cannot help you, that person doesn't deserve your vote. That is why I want to urge all of us young people, for the sake of your future, nobody should go and vote for John Mahama because he has already told you that he cannot help you. When you finish school, you will not get job under John Mahama. The only person who can serve you, the only person who can help you is Dr. Bawumia. Jabari, he is not only corrupt, but he's also very inconsistent. And every leader must be consistent. A leader should have values. A leader should have principles. And when you don't have them, you are a very bad leader. Look at the screen there. He told us, the next one, that in 2016, he would rather lose the election than to restore teacher and training and nursing training allowance. That he was a dead vote, he didn't care. Fast forward, today because he wants votes from young people, he says, I will maintain allowances for teacher training and nursing training allowance just a few years ago. Is this the person you can trust? Is this a person you can trust? Is this a person you can trust? That is why I ask you, with all humility, with all respect, that vote for a man that I know very well, a man I can vouch for, a man I can put my finger in the fire for. In fact, not just my finger, I can put my whole body, my whole self in the fire for him and say, he is kind to a fault. He's generous to a fault. He's intelligent. He's smart. He's courageous. He's bold. And he'll take Ghana to the next level. That is Dr. Mahama. Chaboy, nothing is impossible. The great nations that we are seeing, Dubai, Canada, Japan, USA, wherever you mention, they were built by great leaders. They were built by great leaders. That is why if we elect a great leader, he will make Ghana a great place for us. Thank you all and God bless you. Don't forget, Cabinet for Dr. Bawumia and Honorable Digitalization to be MP for Bawumia Center. Thank you so much and God bless them all.
Thank you, Mr. for the record. I wish you had a present personality. She is the former regional minister for Upper East and former parliamentary candidate for the Bawumia Central, Madam Tambora Abayaka. The next speaker has been a student leader. In fact, he was the president for NUTS in 1998. He's risen through the ranks to become an MP in Canada, and I say he is the first and probably the best finance minister under the Fourth Republic. With a sounding round of applause, let us invite Dr. Harmorden B. Hunter.
Go away. I'm not hearing you. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go away. What I say 8 years or 4 years? You say what? 8 years. Okay? 8 years or 4 years? 8 years or 4 years? 8 years or 4 years? Fellow students, this election, the 2024 election, will decide whether we want Ghana to move forward or move backward.
Yes.
We are going to take a decision that will define the destiny of our country. We have put the destiny of our country in the hands of the NDC
Our record is the best in the history of our country. Never have we seen development than what we have seen under President Mahama and our brother Dr. Bawumia. Let's look at the figures. Those of us who are managing the economy, we know that we have done better than what the NDC did. They go about saying that we are mismanaging the economy. They go about saying that we are not performing well. They go about saying that there is hardship in Ghana. Yes, there is hardship in Ghana. But our performance with the hardship in Ghana is far, far, far better than their performance when they were in government. They call themselves social democrats. But what have they done for the poor? What have they done for the vulnerable in our society? Look at our record, MPP record. We brought a free senior high school program, isn't it? We brought a free senior high school program, isn't it? Which government brought it? Tell me, which government brought free senior high school? Which government brought free senior high school? So because free senior high school is doing well, Ghanaians have accepted it. John Mahama now wants to claim that he brought free senior high school. Did he bring free high school? Did John Mahama bring free senior high school? No. When John Mahama was leaving government in 2016, he said he was going to support secondary education. Do you know how much he allocated for secondary education? 25 million Ghana cedis. 25 million Ghana cedis the whole year, 2016, to support secondary education. At the end of the year, he did not spend 25 million Ghana cedis. He spent only 12 million Ghana cedis. MPP came into government in 2017. We introduced free senior high school program. And do you know how much we spent in 2017 alone? 400 million Ghana cedis. 400 million Ghana cedis. A government that wants to bring free senior high school, spending 12 million Ghana school. And the government that has brought free senior high school and spent only in 2017 400 million Ghana cedis. Who do you trust that manage the educational systems and fortunes of our country? Who? MPP or NDC? Today, as I speak to you, a lot of people, young people, the youth of Ghana have benefited from the free senior high school program. Today, from 2017 to now, we have seen 5.7 million Ghanaian youth benefit from the free senior high school program. 5.7 million Ghanaian youth. And do you know how much we have spent? We have invested heavily in free senior high school program. From 2017 up to today, Nana Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia have spent 9.9 billion Ghana cedis on free senior high school alone. That is a government that is serious about human resource development in Ghana. That is the government that is determined about defining the future of this country. That invested heavily, and some of you, I know, are beneficiaries of free senior high school. That is how much we have spent to bring you this far. Let's come to National Health Insurance Scheme. President Mahama brought National Health Insurance Scheme. When the NDC came to power, they ran it down. They ran it down. They were not ready to spend on National Health Insurance Scheme. People who were holding the card, NHIS card, the card was worthless. You go to the hospital and show your card, and they say you should pay. Cash and carry was brought back into Ghana by the NDC. Cash and carry. People were dying. People were turned away from the hospitals because they were not ready invest in the health of this country. MPP government came back, and that was followed, and Dr. Bawumia, they took over the governance of Ghana. And you know what we've done? Last year alone, our government spent 3.5 billion Ghana cedis on national health insurance. And this year, as I speak to you, we are programmed to spend 6.5 billion Ghana cedis on national health insurance scheme. So far, we have released 3 billion Ghana cedis towards national health insurance from January to June. And we are determined to spend another 3.5 billion Ghana cedis from now till the end of the year. That is a government that is interested in investing in the future of our country. Let's look at our grandfathers and our grandmothers who are deprived and they need the support of the government. We have to invest in them. We have to spend money on them so that nobody is left behind. We want to carry everybody forward. By the time the NDC left government, they spent only 49 million Ghana cedis on livelihood empowerment against poverty. Last year, the NPP government spent how much? 432 million Ghana cedis on the same leave. So if you compare our record with their record, you will know the government that is performing. You know the government that is performing. And the government that is performing is the NPP government. If you want that performance to continue, what do? We vote who? We vote for who? Dr. Bawumia, 8 years or 4 years? 8 years or 4 years? Thank you very much. And God bless you all.
Now the incoming member of Parliament for Nairobi Central, Alhaji Abdullah Otito Achille.
When I say action, you say deliver. Action! When Otito says it, he delivers. That is why in Abromo he is known as the action man. So, I will just remind you about what Brother Salam just said, because it is dear to my heart. That from 1st of August to 10th of August, there will be limited voters registration. And I am urging the students of CKT UTAS that those of you who have not yet registered, take opportunity to come and register in these last 3 days. That is how you can guarantee your future in the hands of Alhaji Dr. Bawumia. The election in Abromo this year is an election for two Alhajis. And we have Alhaji and Alhaji. The small Alhaji for Parliament and the big Alhaji for President. Before I even won my primaries, I want to let you know that my heart is with education. Before I won my primaries, I got information that our municipal health office, I have a municipal education office, had been cut from the national grid and the lights were disconnected for 3 good months. And then our little children in the school, the basic school, were about to write their mock exams and they could not print their exams, the exam papers. When the information got to me, I called my brother Ayura, who is the CEO of Electoral, and I told Ayura, your senior brother is in trouble. Our little children cannot write their mock exams. I want you to help me. He said, Alhaji, the debt is too big. I cannot reconnect unless some payment is made. My municipal assembly didn't have the funds to pay. The debt was 24,000 Ghana cedis. So my brother Ayuba allowed me to pay 10,000 Ghana cedis. And then immediately he connected them to the national grid. He gave me 3 days to pay the balance of 40,000 cedis. And exactly at the end of the 10 days, I made the pledge and paid the 40,000 Ghana cedis. So now our municipal education office has light, and they are now able to administer teaching and learning in our schools. The second thing I want you to know is that in the recent basic education exam that took place 2 weeks ago, I was being called upon to provide mathematical sets for the candidates. And I said, mathematical set is for mathematics alone. What about the other subjects? Am I going to buy maths for them for geography? What about the other subjects? But most of the students came from the villages to town to come and write the examination. Some of them will rise from the house to the exam hall without eating. So I decided that I was going to provide them with snack from Monday to Friday of the exams, which I did. Because these are the students who are going to benefit from the free senior high school. And so I want them to pass and pass well so they can benefit from the free senior high school that has been brought by the new patriotic party to Ghana. So, if you want your future as students, if you want your future, then for the promo of 7 December, please vote for Alhaji Otindo for Parliament and vote for the bigger Alhaji Bawumia for President. Let me take this opportunity now to tell you the person who is going to speak after me. He is the smartest vice president that Ghana has ever gotten since independence. He is the most intelligent vice president since the Ghana got independence. He is the only vice president who has worked so closely with his president that there is no difference between the vice president and the president. President who thinks outside the box. He is the vice president who is going to carry me and you into the
Thank you. Thank you very much. Chuboi. 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 Thank you very much. You waited quite a while and we got here finally. It is a very important evening and I want to share with you my thoughts as we come to the election of 2024. We are going to elect a new president in 2024. In December 2024. And when I say a new president, I mean a new president, not a second-hand president. I mean a new president. We are going to elect a president that will take us into the future. Not a president that will take us back into the past. We are looking forward. We are not going backwards. We want a president who thinks about possibilities, not impossibilities. We want the Ghana to be a beacon for all African countries, for all the world to see what can be done with possibilities. Former President Mahama is a former president. Let us maintain him as a former president. During his tenure of office, he said he was going to develop the North with the Savannah Accelerated Development Authority. They spent hundreds of millions of dollars. Can you find a SADA project in Navrogo? Can you find a SADA project in the Upper East, in the Upper West, in Savannah, in Northern region, in Upper and Northeast? You can't find one single SADA project. He said they used the money to rear guinea fowls, which flew to Burkina Faso. During his 8 years as president, as vice president and president, 8 years of that administration, they didn't complete one road in the entire Upper East region. 8 years. 8 years. They didn't complete one road. They didn't complete one road in Upper West as well. 8 years. One road they didn't. They abolished teacher training allowance. He abolished nursing training allowance. He abolished Arabic instructors allowance. Even chalk in school was a problem. We slept in Dumso for 4 years. He said he wasn't a magician to create jobs. And when we complained, he said he was a dead goat. Do you want to go back to Mahama? Do you want to go back to Mahama? Do you want to go back to Mahama? Well, we don't want to go back. This election, we will compare our records. It is very important. I work with data. Data speaks to us. And when you look at the data, you will know that the comparison is night and day. You look at the data, agricultural growth, we perform better. Industrial growth, we perform better. Jobs, we perform better. Roads, we perform better. Railways, we perform better. Airports, we perform better. Economies, we perform better. Court systems, we perform better. Libraries, we perform better. Sanitation facilities, we perform better. Zonal development, we perform better. Teacher training allowances, we perform better. Nursing perform better. The data says so. I believe in data. So when Mahama says he performed better, I said to him, come for a debate. Man to man, come for a debate. Man to man, come for a debate. And let us look at the data. Let us look at the data. Come for a debate. But he's afraid. He is very afraid because I will expose him. I will expose him. The emptiness of his arguments. I will expose him. He says he has a 24-hour economy that he cannot explain. He says they said they are going to be rearing lions and elephants. They cannot explain. I want to move Ghana to a different level. We are entering a digital age, and I want to take Ghana into a digital age. When you look at the world, the whole world is moving digital. This is why when we came into office, I said, let's issue the Ghana card. Let's make Ghanaians have digital identity. Many people did not appreciate it, but today we have the Ghana card. The United States does not have the digital identity. The United Kingdom does not have a digital identity. It is now that they are trying to do so in the US and trying to do so in the UK. But Ghana has gone ahead. Today, the Ghana card has helped us. Today, we have unique identity. We've issued 18 million Ghana cards, and we are able to catch ghost workers. We found 44,000 ghost workers on National Service Scheme because of the Ghana card. 44,000 saved 350 million Ghana cedis. We found 29,000 ghost workers on the SNIT payroll. Pensioners, gross pension, 29,000, saved 400 million Ghana cedis. Two institutions alone, the Ghana Saving Card saved us 750 million Ghana cedis. Today, we have registered the Ghana card at the International Civil Aviation Organization. So today, the Ghana card that you have is registered and recognizable at 44,000 airports and border points across the world. 44,000. So, if you go to any country in the world, any country, Saudi Arabia, Japan, Germany, UK, Cameroon, you go there today, and if your passport gets missing, you can take your Ghana card and board a plane and come back to Ghana. When we came into office, we faced a problem. Only 4% of adults have a tax identification number. 4%. This is from independence to 2018. Only 4% of adults in Ghana have a tax identification number because the process was cumbersome to apply for a tax identification number. So I said, let us go for a simple solution. Let us make the Ghana card number your tax identification number, your SNIT number, your NHIS number. It's a simple solution. Immediately we did that, the proportion of adults with tax identification numbers immediately went up from 4% to 85%. Immediately. Then we faced another problem. Ghana did not have a working address system. But wherever you go, people will ask you for your address. And I said, from independence to 2017, we didn't have an address system. 60 years of independence. So I said, let us move to a new solution. We are going to implement a digital address system. And people didn't understand it. We persisted. And we have implemented a digital address system everywhere in Ghana. Every house, every street, everywhere has a digital address. And Ghana is only the second country in the whole world to implement a digital address system. The whole world. Then we have a problem of financial inclusion. Many of our citizens did not have bank accounts. You couldn't even send money between Vodafone and MTN or Airtel TV. You couldn't do that. And I said, we can do something new, something different. We can implement mobile money interoperability to move money between different telcos and between the bank account and the mobile account. It had never been done in Africa. It had never been done in Africa. And many people thought it was not possible. I said, it is possible. And so we set about to implement mobile money interoperability. And we completed it around 2018. And today, you can send money between the telcos and between bank accounts and the mobile accounts. And when someone sends you money from abroad, you no longer have to go to Western Union. It comes directly to your mobile phone. And Ghana is the first country in Africa to implement mobile money interoperability. The first country. Then I said there was another problem where it was difficult to get medicines to remote areas of Ghana, rural areas. When there is an emergency, how do we get blood there? When the snake bites somebody, how do you get anti-snake serum there? I heard about the technology known as drone delivery, medical drones. I heard about it. It was a company in San Francisco called Zipline. So I took a team and we went to San Francisco and I met with them. And I said to them, we need your technology in Ghana. They came to Ghana and now we have 6 drone centers. We are delivering to 2,800 medical facilities every day. 2,800. And we are saving lives every day. Even recently in the Afram place, when there was flooding and BEC exams, the exam papers were delivered by drones. What is very, very interesting about the drone technology that Ghana has implemented is that today Ghana has the largest medical drone delivery service in the whole world. In the whole world, we are leading the whole world in medical drone delivery. It is only now that the United States is going to start medical drone delivery in the United States. Only now. And what is even more remarkable is that our drone centers are 100% manned by young Ghanaians. No foreigners are manning our drone centers. 100% manned by Ghanaians like you. But some of you, I'm sure when you finish, will go and work in some of the drone centers. 100% manned by Ghanaians. Young men and women, smart young men and women. What I did in addition to say, let us solve a big problem in our hospitals. Sometimes
people go to the hospital and they'll tell you your folder is missing. Your folder is missing. Then you have a problem. How can the doctor know your medical history? So we said, let's digitalize all the records in the hospitals. Move away from folders. Digitalize the records and network all the hospitals. So for all the teaching hospitals, all the regional hospitals, all the district hospitals, we have digitalized all the patient records and network all the hospitals. So today, if a doctor refers any patient from Navrongo to Kolebu, they don't need a folder. Just take your ID number, get to Kolebu, they'll insert it in the computer, and all your medical records will be there, and everybody will see it. I don't know of any country in Africa that has done what Ghana has done. I don't know of any country. We have also implemented an e-pharmacy system. And we have put all Ghana's pharmacy on one platform. One platform. So today, if a doctor prescribes a medicine to you, you can upload it on the e-pharmacy platform, and it will tell you which pharmacy near you has the medicine and the price of that medicine. Will tell you the price of the medicine and where it is. Because sometimes you can be roaming from pharmacy to pharmacy and they'll tell you we don't have the medicine. But now you can be told. And Ghana is the first country in Africa to implement an e-pharmacy system. The first country. But we are moving. We've digitalized the ports. We've digitalized the DVLA. We've digitalized the passport, the birth and death registry. What is interesting, today, let me tell you what we did. We linked up the database of the National Identification Authority, the Ghana Health Service, and the birth and death registry. We've linked them up. So today, if a child is born in the hospital, and you take the child from weigh-in, at the weigh-in, we'll give the child the Ghana card number, right as a baby, and at the same time, the birth certificate number, all on a phone. This is what happens abroad, but we are doing it in Ghana today. We are building for the digital future. But as we go into the future, we need digital skills. And this is why I'm going to train 1 million youth with digital skills. 1 million youth. Because with digital skills, coding, software engineering, and so on, with digital skills, you can be sitting in Navrongo and working in America, working in Canada, working in the UK, right from a village or town in Ghana. We need our people to acquire digital skills. So we are starting with 1 million youth to train them to have digital skills. I'm going to focus a lot on agriculture, technology-driven agriculture, with agricultural enclaves in places like Togo, where we will have irrigation, we'll have agro-processing, and we will have a road network to support agricultural productivity. That's going to be important. I'm going to also reduce the cost of power in Ghana. It is too high. I want Ghana to move away from power generated by oil and gas to power generated by solar. We are moving to solar power. Solar power is the future. That is where we are going. I'm going to bring in 2,000 megawatts of solar power, and that will reduce the cost of electricity by 50%. 50%. That is what we are doing. With the help of the Ministry of Finance, We are moving public transport away from the oil and gas, petrol and diesel to electric buses. We are bringing in electric buses for public transport. That will reduce the cost of public transport because petrol prices, whatever happens in the Middle East, they go up, spare parts go up. But when you are using electric vehicles, the cost of operation is very low. And this is where we are going. The Minister of Finance has been very supportive, and we are going to bring in the first 100 electric buses this year. And we will run the pilot, and everybody will see. But the best way for us to reduce the cost of public transport is to bring in electric buses, and that means at least a 40% reduction in the cost of public transport. We are moving. We're bringing in a new tax system, a flat tax system like Estonia. We're bringing in many new policies, and those will come into will be shown with my manifesto that is coming out next month. So this is to tell you that I'm preparing Ghana for the digital revolution. We in Ghana today are ahead of almost most African countries. We are ahead of in some of the areas, we are ahead of even the developed countries. We are ahead of them. And we are going to make sure that we continue making life easier for our people. From next year, if you want to apply for a passport, you no longer have to fill a form if you have a Ghana card. If you have a Ghana card, you don't need to fill a passport form. We have all your data on the Ghana card, your biometrics and your fingerprint. Just pay the fee and we'll print the passport for you, and that will be the end of it. We are changing Ghana. I want to take Ghana to a new level. And so I need your help. I need your help. We want to create jobs for the youth. We want to make business much easier. And we want to make credit available. We are going to establish something in Ghana that only exists in the advanced countries. Why am I saying so? In the advanced countries, they work on a credit system. In Ghana, we work on a cash system. If you want to buy anything, whether it's a motorbike, a telephone, a computer, a house, a car, you have to look for the cash and go and pay. Isn't that the case? If a worker is going to buy anything in Ghana, it's largely on cash. Abroad, US, Canada, Japan, UK, all Germany, all the developed countries, they work on a credit system. So the workers can get a lot more consumption out of their wages. In Ghana, it isn't the case. Why are they able to do so abroad? They are able to do so because they have the database to do credit scoring. So that each individual has a credit score, and every lender will know whether you are a risky borrower or not. If you are not a risky borrower, they will give you credit, and you will be able to buy your telephone, your car, your computer, everything on credit, and pay small. And so I wrote a book 14 years ago. I wrote a book on where Ghana should go, where Africa should go. And I said we need to put in place the critical pillars so that Ghana can have a credit system. And what were those critical pillars? I said we need digital identity, we need an address system, and we need everybody to have a bank account. And that is what exactly we have done. So I'm happy to tell you that very soon, before the end of collect this year. Ghana is going to start operating a credit scoring system. We will have a credit scoring system which will allow us to have access to credit and buy things just like they do in the UK, in Canada, in Germany, in Japan. Currently in Sub-Saharan Africa, it is only South Africa that has an individual credit scoring system. Ghana will be, before the end of this year, the second country in Sub-Saharan Africa to have a credit scoring system. It will make life easier for all of us. Make life easier. When you come out of school and you have gotten your first job, you should be able to buy things without having to save a lot of money to be able to go. In the US, someone coming out, getting a first job, they get a house, they pay for it over 30 years on a mortgage. They get a car, they pay for it over 5 years. We want Ghana to be like that, so that everybody can have access to credit. And this is the Ghana I'm trying to build for all of us. I need your support. I need your support. This election is a choice between going into the future or going back into the past. And I think we should go into the future. The choice, if you look at it, John Mahama can only be president for 4 years. 4 years, that is it. That's he himself said before that is not enough time to make any big changes. I want us to continue along the path that I want to take Ghana on. Give Dr. Bawumia can be president for 8 years. At the end of the 8 years, Ghana will be a very different country. Very different country. We will be competing with a lot of developed countries. And I want you to help me to do that. Do you want 8 years or 4 years? 8 years or 4 years? 8 years or 4 years? I want you to help me to get 8 years so that we can move forward. Ghana has a brilliant finance minister, Dr. Mohamed Amin Atta. The man is too brilliant. He's very, very sharp. I want you to put me in office. I want him to be in office as well. And then we will change Ghana together. He is very brilliant. And anyway, for those in Afro worried about the sports stadium, Amin has provided the money to complete the sports stadium in Afro. So 8 years or 4 years? 8 years or 4 years? 8 years or 4 years? 8 years. Let's vote for Dr. Mahama, Bawumia, and and let us change this country. I need your help. Let's change this country for the better. Thank you very much. God bless you.